Hello everyone, and welcome to or back to the channel. I'm Origin Gaming, and this is the final episode of Nate and Nora's adventure in the Commonwealth. In the last episode, Nate and Nora succeeded in entering the Institute and finding Shaun, but were also horrified to figure out some of the things Shaun had done as leader of the Institute. Now they must decide whether to work for or against their own son.
As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Nate and Nora then traveled to Libertalia and worked with the Courser X688 in order to clear out the Raider gang and subdue the leader of the gang named Gabriel.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
I've had enough of fighting. Let's have some peace for a change.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
B592, initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
So I'm by myself out in the...
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies. I'm just glad it's over.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been removed. But enough about that. The task is done, and you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you.
After what happened with Gabriel, Nate and Nora began to wonder if perhaps the Institute was right, and the Railroad shouldn't be messing with synths. Before they could make a decision, Nate and Nora went to meet with Patriot, the Railroad's contact.
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out...
Hey, it's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The Railroad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The Railroad? As in the Railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the Railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Z114. It's me.
Sir, Do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. He's a friend.
Trust is a two-way street.
Excuse me. I must focus on my duties.
He's not from here. He's been helping our synths escape on the surface. It's safe.
If you insist we speak in front of him, do so quickly.
Right now, how many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain, 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
You're willing to help, right? I can't...
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
I'll find it for you.
That...
Shaun,
Hello, Father. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
that's a loaded question. What's been stolen from you?
Institute property is not often taken from us. We cannot react lightly when it happens. The group that calls themselves the Railroad have acquired several synths from the Institute. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the Railroad can hide them.
Where are the synths located?
A small settlement at the old Bunker Hill Monument. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the Railroad has any indication we've tracked them.
After hearing the plight of Z-114, Nate and Nora's hearts were once again pulled towards siding with the Railroad, but they still did not want to do anything that would harm Shaun. Maybe, just maybe, they could change Shaun's mind on how they should treat synths.
His name is Liam Benet.
I knew you'd get the job done. We need every scrap of intel you picked up in there. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it. After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
After debriefing with the Railroad, Nate and Nora went to Cambridge Polymer Labs to grab the password that Liam Benet needed to free the synths.
I got the Code Defender password for Patriot.
Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many people. Our final analysis indicates the Institute is far more formidable than we ever feared or imagined. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriot's 13 synths will undoubtedly be the last we ever save. Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all the synths. Every last one of them.
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste this opportunity. The Institute will never let their slaves go without a fight. So the heart of our problem is manpower. Even if we call in all our agents, and we will, we won't be able to hold our own against the Institute for long. Talk with C-114. If the synths down there want freedom, they must fight.
Nate and Nora once again found themselves torn. They knew that a synth uprising would be best for the synths and probably for the Commonwealth, but they still couldn't stomach the thought of fighting against their own son.
I know of a few others that might as well. Enough to face all the guards? Perhaps if we stand up openly to the scientists, More of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the synths to fight against us.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know?
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
Nate and Nora participated in the Battle of Bunker Hill, but upon reaching where the synth's safe house was, they assassinated the Courser to allow the synths to escape. After defeating the Courser, Nate and Nora returns to CIT to speak with Shaun and take blame for failing the mission.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They left me on ice. For 60 years.
They did. And for good reason. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time.
Well, that's hard to explain. Certainly, it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Of course, I still love you, Shaun. I always will.
Shaun, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in. Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. Where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I don't think so.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect you to have. The project has been classified from the beginning. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir,
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What?
Can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
I had no idea.
I know this is a lot to take in. I know this isn't what you wanted. But it's the only truth I can offer you. However, Mother, Father, this will all be yours. The Institute is now your home.
Shaun. This can't be happening. I only just found you. I'm so sorry.
I know. I know. Don't worry. I don't hold it against you. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Huh?
This is all... It's too much. I just don't know anymore. Shaun is dying. He mentioned you. To take over the Institute.
I won't be a part of this. I can't.
Hey, hun, don't worry. I'm here for you. We've survived this far. We'll make it to the end.
Realizing that Shaun's death was inevitable regardless of which side they chose, Nate and Nora decided to side with the Railroad and stage a mass breakout of the synths.
Thank you, stranger. I can't believe a human would do this. For us.
You have done your part.
It will do ours. Weapon construction will begin immediately. For now, please continue working with Father.
To prevent raising suspicions, Nate and Nora continued to work with Father and went to Mass Fusion to obtain the beryllium agitator. However, this would not be an easy mission. As soon as they arrived, they were ambushed by the Brotherhood of Steel, who were presumably also seeking the beryllium agitator.
Up there, Doctor. And if our side's going to win,
After fending off the Brotherhood, Nate went into the reactor chamber to obtain the beryllium agitator. Unfortunately, this also activated the facility's automated defense systems. Nate and Nora helps clear the bottom floor of Mass Fusion and then returns to the Institute with the beryllium agitator.
See, any additional pain, tenderness? Not that I've noticed. I feel quite well. I see. Yes, I have to.
You wanted to see me?
I understand Mass Fusion was a success, despite interference from the Brotherhood of Steel.
We handled them just fine.
That's what Dr. Fillmore reported. I'm quite pleased at the results. Would have been a terrible setback to lose that technology to those savages. It also cannot go unnoticed that there were concerns within the Institute about your allegiances. I, of course, never doubted your commitment to our cause. But by directly confronting the Brotherhood, I think you've put some others at ease. I'm proud of you. While you were working with Dr. Fillmore, a small team was dispatched elsewhere in the Commonwealth. Dr. Thompson was tasked with inviting someone from the Commonwealth to join the Institute. There was no indication that this would be a problem, but the arrival of the team was an unwelcome surprise to Mr. Wallace. Somewhere along the way, he must have realized we'd been monitoring him from a distance. He called in mercenaries to defend him. I'm sure they're nothing we can't handle. Ensure the safety of the team and Mr. Wallace, and see that they all arrive back here safely. I'll be waiting.
To continue to keep up appearances, Nate and Nora went to this homestead to recruit Dr. Wallace.
Institute, this is Dr. Thompson. I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a synth relayed to my coordinates offset by 5.3 to subdue our subject. I appreciate your help
status.
with the situation
All functions
outside,
normal.
but we have to get this man back to the Institute. I expect Father will want a report from you.
Shaun.
There you are. I cannot express how pleased I am. Our new guest is familiarizing himself with his surroundings. Yet he's already pointed out several inefficiencies in our methods. With his help, Phase 3 will be ready in no time. And it's all thanks to you. There is one more part for you to play, and I think you might enjoy it. It is time to announce our presence to the Commonwealth, to request that they do not interfere with our plans. You should be the one to do it. We've prepared some remarks for you to record. Once you're finished, we'll broadcast them to the entire Commonwealth. Use the microphone here and follow this script. It's quite simple. I'm sure you'll do fine, Father.
For years now, you have suspected that the Institute still exists. That we are among you. It is true. But it is not the whole truth. We're here. And we are here to help. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we will persevere long after the world above ground ceases to exist. Ensuring that mankind has a future. We have no desire to interfere in the unimportant details of your daily lives. We simply insist that you do not interfere with Institute operations. To do so would result in tragedy for all involved. Rest easy. Know that the future is in safe hands, and that mankind will thrive under our guidance.
Well, that was interesting. Perhaps not what we originally intended, but it will certainly get your point across. Now it's time to make sure that everyone hears it.
Nate and Nora made a quick trip to Diamond City to augment the radio station before heading back to the Institute to witness the activation of the nuclear reactor.
Son.
Enjoy your trip to the big city. It's done then? The transmitter has been modified.
Everything is in place. It's ready to go when we are.
Good. Once the reactor is online, we'll cut into their broadcast. I'll let you do the honors. This, my friends, is the moment we've all worked towards. After all your effort, the time has finally come to start our reactor. No longer will we be forced to compromise to survive. No more will we need worry about outpacing our resources. My father and I couldn't be more proud of what you have helped us accomplish, and we look forward to achieving even greater things in the future. The Institute is now truly mankind's best hope. Thank you. All of you. Glad you could be here to share.
Shaun.
It's almost hard to believe. After all those years of hard work, here we are. We've arrived. Look what you've made possible.
We're all responsible for this success.
Spoken like a true leader. I'm proud of you. There's more work to be done before the Institute's future is guaranteed. The Directorate has convened a meeting about how to proceed. I'm not going to attend. You should be there as Director.
Facilities Division.
It's great to have you here.
May I be the first to welcome you, sir. We're looking forward to working with you.
Right now, we're all here because it's finally time to stand up for ourselves.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
There's nothing dramatic about it. We're in a position to push back, to assert ourselves here. That's what we've talked about all along.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the Commonwealth that stand in opposition to the Institute's goals. With the reactor now online, we have the ability to not only expand synth production, but to project power to a much greater degree. The Directorate has agreed that steps must be taken to ensure our safety in the long run.
Let's not beat around the bush. The Directorate has agreed that the Brotherhood of Steel needs to be eliminated.
As the incoming director, we felt it important to inform you of the decision and get your thoughts on it. So, where do you stand?
I agree. We hit them hard, before they have time to react to our new position.
Good. That's just what I wanted to hear.
As director, it's up to you and how we focus our efforts in achieving this goal. We'd like your input on what direction we should take. Do we increase synth production or focus on weapons development?
I've seen enough to know that weapons are the key to winning wars. Let's focus on weapons development.
As you wish. The advanced systems folks will get to work immediately. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
After the directors' meeting, Nate and Nora met with Z-114.
Now, the Brotherhood of Steel has discovered the location of the railroad.
What happened?
A friend who works in the SRB overheard something. She smuggled out a message. The Brotherhood knows of the railroad's lair. We can't learn anything more right now. Even delivering those few words put her in great peril.
I'll warn them right away.
Thank you. I was hoping for more time to organize a rebellion, but it's clear we cannot delay. Once you secure the railroad against the Brotherhood, tell your people we are ready to fight. Go. Now.
Means I might
Z1's rebellion is ready, but we have a crisis. The Brotherhood's on their way here.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, you're still alive. I got here in time.
Jesus. Quick, take this. Tom made it for you. Sounds like we're going to need it. Everyone else, mobilize. We got Brotherhood incoming.
With the help of Tinker Tom's new weapon, the railway rifle, Nate and Nora defended the HQ from the Brotherhood of Steel.
None of them got past me. Damn, that stings. Listen, the railroad's always sitting on its hands. You're the best thing that's ever happened. Promise me you'll free them. All of them.
I promise.
I'm sorry. I'll fix this. I promise.
If anyone... Isn't there supposed to be a light?
Excuse me.
I leave HQ for a second, and that's when the Brotherhood hits us.
Damn it! You must have beat them, though. Their vertibirds just bugged out. How bad was it down there?
Glory's dead.
Shit, Glory? This is a nightmare.
Hopefully Des knows our next move. Talk with her.
I'm too damn pissed to be scared right now.
Desdemona.
You've killed the last of them, and you're still standing. I wish the same could be said for Glory. No time for that, though. The Brotherhood underestimated us badly. Their next attack will be far, far worse. So we do the unexpected. We eliminate the Brotherhood as a threat now, and the key to that is destroying their flying fortress. Fortunately, we've got a contingency plan for that. Tom, we're activating Operation Red Glare.
What? But Red Glare requires a Brotherhood vertibird.
Then Whisper will get you one.
That's a hell of a tall order.
You always get the job done. The Brotherhood's occupied the Cambridge police station. Spotters report they almost always have a vertibird parked on its roof. Take it. And Tom, you're going with him.
Me? In the field?
No one else can fly the damn thing. This one's for Glory. Move out.
Nate and Nora returned to the Cambridge police station where they helped Paladin dance a long time ago. However, this time they would not be aiding the Brotherhood of Steel, but destroying it. The Brotherhood's attack on Railroad HQ left them no choice.
We got ourselves some wheels! Or wings, or whatever this is. Here's the deal. After flight prep, we take the vertibird up to the Bridwin and dock. From the inside, the blip's vulnerable. To keep that baby afloat, it's got massive gas bags, full of hydrogen. Job is tricky. You gotta find a way to place these explosives on the gas bags. Then get the hell back to our vertibird. Make it to a comfortable distance, then it's bye-bye pretty.
Nate shot down the vertibird bringing Brotherhood reinforcements while Tom got theirs ready.
Claymore, you're cleared for launch Bay 3. Deck officer is requesting an update on the police station.
Hostiles eliminated.
Scimitar status. Confirm.
Scimitar took some fire. Should be up and running in a few hours.
We have a visual on you, Claymore. Your docking port's not open.
Got some technical difficulties.
I made this out to an early lead.
Working on it. Huh?
Yeah, but which button is it? There?
Claymore, you're clear for approach.
Remember, keep that Brotherhood uniform on. Otherwise, it's going to be the shortest infiltration in history.
Don't take too long in there. Anyone comes over here, I don't know if I can fool them.
You got enough problems, boss. I got this end.
Good luck.
Nate went in alone to plant the bombs to arouse less suspicion.
One down. Okay, one to go. Now to get out of here.
So how did it look out there?
Nate successfully planted all 3 bombs without being discovered by the Brotherhood.
We're out of the blast range now. Here goes nothing. Shit!
That's a hell of a rest easy,
We took out the Pridwin. What about the rest of the Brotherhood that wasn't on the airship?
I thought by calling Red Glare I'd lose more good people. Comrades, thank you for keeping them and yourself safe.
You're welcome.
But we're not out of the woods yet. If the Brotherhood managed to find us, you can bet your ass the SRB is not far behind. We've run out of time. Our next step is to attack the Institute. Go back inside the Institute and secure the relay. The instant you do, the Institute and the SRB will mobilize. So teleport us in quickly. We join forces with Z-114 and the rebel synths. Then together we fight our way to the fusion reactor.
Nate and Nora then returns to the Institute to secure the teleporter.
I've been looking for you.
Is it time? Once we act, we have committed. There will be no going back.
Everything's ready. It's time.
Good. We'll need to clear this room before I can do more.
I like to think
Subject identified.
I am equipped with the most sensors for that.
After securing most of the Institute, Nate and Nora met with Shaun one final time.
I didn't expect to see you again. You had me fooled. I really believed you were on our side.
I'm sorry it's come to this, Shaun.
You're sorry. You can't be that sorry if you're here going through with it.
Shaun. I'm sorry.
It's not enough that I lay here dying. Now you plan on what? Destroying everything? Tell me then. Under what righteous pretense have you justified this atrocity?
It's for the greater good. The Commonwealth deserves to determine its own fate.
Spare me. You've spent time up there. You know as well as I that it's doomed.
Shaun, isn't there some other option? Some other way we could work things out?
Well, none of it matters now, I suppose. You'll accomplish your task and ruin humanity's best hope for the future. The only question left then is why you're standing here. Is it regret? Or did you just come to gloat?
Shaun, I hoped there was something more I could do. I wanted to save you.
This isn't some fairy tale, Father. There's no saving me. I'm dying. And you're going to destroy everything I've ever loved. You're going to have to live with that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to be alone for my last few moments. Go. Do what you must. But I hope someday you realize what will be lost here.
Heartbroken yet steadfast in their mission, Nate and Nora used Shaun's terminal to override the security lockdown and engage the evacuation protocol.
Well done, Tom. Let's get out of here while we can.
I'm with you, boss, but
Attention all personnel.
he says he's whispering
Evacuation
something.
order issued. Authorization 1Y.
Please, Dad, don't leave me here. I want to go with you.
Please proceed to your assigned
Why did you call me Dad?
What? You're my father. Why else would I call you that?
What's going on? What's happening here? Shaun?
Right, of course I'm your father.
Good. For a second, I thought you forgot who I was. Now let's hurry up and get out of here.
Right.
Attention all personnel.
Of course I'm your mother.
Evacuation order issued. Authorization 1Y.
All right, you can come with me.
They did not yet understand why the synth version of Shaun was now calling them mother and father, but they knew he couldn't be left behind.
Please proceed to your assigned
Yes, absolutely. Let's get the hell out of here.
Don't have to tell me twice. It's all set to take you and Des to the detonation site. Then I'll rig it to send me and the kid here back to HQ right after. Don't worry, we'll look after him. Get him some better clothes, too. Yikes. Let's go before this whole place goes thermonuclear.
Your assigned evacuation points. Thank you for your cooperation.
Together, Nate and Nora were able to achieve the impossible. They had defeated the Institute.
Desdemona.
And so, the mighty have fallen. Dozens of years, countless sacrifices. It all paid off, thanks to you. Deacon says this was his plan all along.
Who knows? Maybe he did plan it all.
Some things even Deacon can't do. Maybe. I'd understand if you want a much-needed vacation. But are you up for the next mission, Whisper?
I think I'll take that vacation first.
Take all the time you need. We'll be waiting.
It's over. I've lost him. Shaun's gone. Our son. It had to be done. The Institute's gone. Destroyed. It's for the greater good. The Commonwealth deserves to determine its own fate.
I didn't do it alone.
You think I'm a hero? I'm far from it. I need a long break.
Do you think it's weird that I've never seen the surface?
Hey, Shaun.
Dad, I was so worried. I thought I'd never see you again. Is it true? Did you really blow up the Institute? Why would you do that?
I know it's hard to understand. Are you okay, Shaun?
I mean, I'll miss them. But if it means everyone else will be safe, as long as you don't leave me, it'll be okay.
Nate and Nora had just one more task to complete before they could finally rest.
Did you find the serum?
Got it right here.
That's it. That's really it. All right. Let's see. Retrovirus has matured nicely. Density gradient is high. Recombinant counter-intron sequences look stable. Transcriptive exon strands are formed.
That's good.
It is. But there's only one way to know if it works. All right. Here we go. And now, we wait.
It'll work. Don't worry.
I hope so. We just have to let the retrovirus run its course. In any event, you kept your end of our bargain. Thank you. I'm going to get some rest.
Nate and Nora returns to Sanctuary with the synth version of Shaun. Although their story did not end how they had hoped when they first set out from Vault 111, they were still determined to be the best parents they could be and to treat this boy as they would have their own son. Thank you all so much for watching this video and this series. If you enjoyed it, please consider giving this video a like or subscribing to the channel to see more of this kind of content in the future. Goodbye everyone, and I hope to see you again next time.